Greetings one and all, welcome back to my kitchen here today, where I'm going to be making one of my favourite little guilty pleasures, a little sweet, a nice slice. These are called, very simply, vanilla slices here in Australia. Don't know if you get them in other places, they might have a different name, but here in Oz, it's a good old fashioned, nostalgic vanilla slice, and it's quite simple. So I'm starting with 2 squares of puff pastry that I've just thawed out. I've got it on 2 baking trays, as you can see, thawed out, and I'm just going to pick it all over with a fork. The idea is we don't want our puff pastry rising too much, and in actual fact, after we finish cooking it, if it has risen too much, we're going to sort of flatten it while it's still warm a bit. Alright, and I've just lightly greased that baking paper there. I've got the oven preheated to 220 degrees Celsius, and these will only take, I don't know, about 10 minutes. Alright guys, like I say, just give that a gentle push down with your fork once you get it out of the oven. Nothing too extreme, just slightly depuff it. That's good. Awesome. Alrighty, I'm just going to put these aside now to let them cool down, and I'll get on with my filling. Alrighty guys, so now I'm going to make my vanilla custard filling. So yeah, as you can see, I've got a largish pot here. I haven't actually turned the heat on yet. I'm just going to add my dry ingredients in first and give them a little mix before I turn the heat on. So I've got here, let's start with corn flour. I've got 3/4 of a cup, in that goes. I've got some vanilla flavoured custard powder, that's 3/4 of a cup. And I've got 1 cup of caster sugar. So yeah, just get that a little mix up, nothing too serious. And what I've got here is 500 mils of full cream milk that I'm just going to start adding, not all at once, just a bit at a time, and we'll just gradually add that, and we'll keep stirring at the same time as that heats up. Alright, the next thing I want to add now is I've got the same amount as I had of milk of cream, so that's 500 mils. Tip that in. So in Australia, 500 mils is the same as 2 cups. Stir that in. And same thing, we're just going to bring that up. Keep stirring it until it thickens right up. You can see here guys, hey presto, she starts thickening it up really nicely. Once that happens, we'll get it off the heat so it doesn't burn. Alrighty, so I've got that custard off the heat. It's just cooled slightly, but it's still quite hot. Now Now what I've got next is I've got 4 egg yolks here, and what I'm going to do is just introduce them one at a time and just stir them in while that custard's still warm. Bit of breakage there, not to matter. Anyway, I'll get on with getting them in and I'll get back to you. And the last thing I want to add to that is just a little bit of vanilla essence, just about half a teaspoon. Alrighty. Alright, next thing I want to do is I've got one of my sheets of cooked pastry here. Now this is the dish I'm going to be putting my assembling my slice into. So all I want to do is just cut that up to size, and it's pretty well right on 3 of those sides, so I just need to, the bottom's just a bit smaller, so all I'm going to do is just trim that on that one side that needs trimming, and whatever you're using, just do the same thing. Alrighty guys, moving right along here. Now that same tray thing I just showed you, I've just lined it with some alfoil, and just for the very simple reason it's just going to be setting in the fridge, and when it's set it's just going to be easy to pull the whole thing out, just one. So I'll put that bottom sheet of pastry in there, it's just sitting in there, and all I'm going to do simply is get my custard. We're just going to fill her up. And we'll just try and get that, obviously, get that to the edges and try and get it nice and even. Righty, just get our top layer. And just gently pushing down, clean hands as always. Alrighty guys, I'm just going to make up a bit of icing there for my slice. I'm making a very simple, easy icing. I've just put in my bowl here 2 cups of icing sugar, and I've just put in about a teaspoon of softened butter, and I'm going to do mine passion fruit flavoured. So I was going to use fresh passion fruits, but when I went to the supermarket they were $1.80 each for one little shriveled up passion fruit. So what I've done instead is I've bought a can of this passion fruit pulp, which was only about 90 cents. Now I don't need the whole can, I will try and use it for something else. I only want about 1/4 of a cup there, so I'll put that in. And we'll just stir that up. And just make sure you get all that sugar mixed into it. Let's get our slice back, and obviously we're just going to get our icing on top. Alrighty, now I'm going to get that into the fridge and leave it for a minimum of 6 or 8 hours. I'm probably going to leave mine overnight. Alrighty guys, so here I am the next day. Now I've just pulled my vanilla slice out of the fridge. Looks good. So what I want to do now obviously is slice it up and get it out of this tray, and this is where we'll see if my strategy of using this foil was successful. Please, if you can hear a lot of background noise, it's absolutely peeing down rain at the moment, so you might be able to hear that in the background. I don't know, but if you can hear a noise, that's what it is. So I think what I'm going to do is cut it up while it's still in the tray and then attempt to lift it out. So I'm going to do 3x3s. Alrighty guys, so I've got a couple of my vanilla slices here on a plate. So I'm just going to try one. It's going to be a bit messy to eat. These things always are. There's a reason why we colloquially call them, here in Australia anyway, snot blocks. Very unattractive name, but yeah, that's what we nickname them. So let's just grab one. As you can see, custard looks nice. It's not super hard, and you don't want them super hard. And like I say, oh yum. That's absolutely delicious. They're a bit hard to eat in your hands. That's part of the fun of these things. You make a mess, but what I'm going to do now is finish this one with a spoon in a minute. But yeah, so there's my take on a vanilla slice with passion fruit icing. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry. Part of the ritual here is you've got to lick your fingers. Get all that custard and icing off. Oh, yum. Thanks to everyone who's subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, can I just ask that you hit that subscription button? It'll be awesome. It'll be great. Come and join me on the little journey here. And there's plenty of videos now on the back catalogue, and I'm going to keep making plenty more to come. Alrighty, I'll see you all next time.